In this video, we're going to look at position number 9 from Francois Tardieu's Backgammon Strategic Concepts book. Look at the position. Look at 3 options to move. We'll discuss the pros and cons of each option. We'll get feedback from XG, and then we'll hear Tardieu's thoughts on the position. So here we are. We're blue. We rolled a 5-2. We have 3 options to look at, either 8-3 and then 3-1, hitting twice. Bringing 2 down from the midpoint, 13-11, 13-8, or bringing 1 down, 13-8, and then 6-4. We'll look at all features of the position, pros and cons, and make our decision on which best move to make. So 8-3-3-1, let's look at that first. That hits twice. It leaves 2 blots on our 1 point and our 8 point. It fails to unstack the midpoint. And notice we're blitzing, but we only have 8 checkers, which is a weak blitz. There's the ending result. Second option would be to bring 2 down from the midpoint, 13-11, 13-8. We'd be unstacking the midpoint, which is a good thing. We're leaving a blot on the 11 point, which isn't so bad. It's not in too much danger. And the blot on the 11 can turn into a builder if we're not hit. Ending result looks like this. Third option, bringing 1 down from the midpoint, 13-8, and moving 6-4. It unstacks the midpoint a little bit, adds a spare to the 8 point, doesn't leave a blot, puts a spare on the 4 point, which may be of limited use in the future. Ending result looks like this. Look at the features of the board. Think of what you would do. And let's get some feedback from XG. Okay, XG says that the double hitting play 8-3-3-1, it's tempting, but it's a weak blitz. We should have at least 9 or 10 checkers in our zone to have an effective blitz. That's why XG rates this as the third option of all 3. Second option, 13-8-6-4, does bring a checker down from the midpoint, which is the right idea, adds a spare to the 8, which is good. But leaving this, putting the spare in the 4, it's too deep of a point. It limits our use of that spare. We could only use it for the 3, 2, or 1 points in our home board. That's why this is the second rated option. The top option is to bring 2 down from the midpoint. That brings 2 new builders into the battle. The 11 there's a blot on the 11, but it's relatively safe. And it could turn into a builder, which could cover numerous points. Tardieu's thoughts. Black should rule out the idea of a blitz with 8-3-3-1. You don't have enough material for a successful attack. We're happy to unstack the midpoint with the 5, which leaves us the 2, which either we're going to bring down from the midpoint or 6-4. Bringing the 2 down from the midpoint, it's more useful for us. It's relatively safe. There's only a few rolls that could hit us. And it can cover more points than just bringing it down and leaving it there, up in the 13. So 13-8, 13-11 is the best play, according to Tardieu as well.